fresh water. There you go. Welcome to Holly Tree Manor on a nice, quiet Saturday evening on the patio. If you've been following along, you know the majority of my videos focus on the work that I'm doing out in the yard. Tending the garden, keeping the yard straightened up, weeding, weed whacking, taking care of firewood, managing the trees. It's a lot of outside work, and I like doing it. I'm grateful that I'm able to do it. I love living where I live. Excuse me. At the end of the day, I start to get a little tired and my voice gets a little raspy. But I love living here. I have 3 acres that were gifted to me by my maternal grandparents. I just can't imagine being anywhere else. But my life is more than just the outside work. When my late husband was with me, we used to enjoy our Saturday evenings on the patio. It was a special time for just us. We'd come out here and I would light incense sticks, mostly because before we had the patio screened in, the incense kept the mosquitoes away. And it just became something that we did. Light the incense, watch the smoke curl and go up and fly, and it was just part of our patio experience. It's a little different with him gone. I still like to come out here and sit. It's usually very quiet on Saturday evenings. Most of the time the neighbors are done mowing, or they're done weed whacking, they're done working on their cars. Although I did just hear one down there. It just gets quiet. It's a good time to sit back and just kind of reflect on what I've accomplished in the last few days and what I think I'm going to do. But relaxation is an important part of life. You need to take time to just sit back, chill out, listen to the birds. For me, I like to bring my Kindle out here. I can either read or play a couple puzzle games or something. I don't drink anymore. That was one thing that Ron and I would do. He wasn't much of a drinker either, but on Saturday nights we would typically have a drink, sit out here and sip it and enjoy it for a long time. We also have an old TV out here. When the flat screen TVs first came out, we bought a Vizio. Now you know how many years ago that was. When we decided we wanted a bigger TV, he said, "Oh, let's put the old one out on the patio because we go out there." And we laughed and said it won't last the winter, but let's put it out there anyway. It's been out here 10 years. And I turn it on. Yes, it's got a line down the side, but every time I turn it on, she just lights right up. I understand that it's probably not the norm, but it's been exposed to all sorts of things. Blowing rain, certainly the cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. Just keeps right on chugging along. So that was always just part of our patio experience. We'd sit in the quiet for a while, and then we'd say, "Oh, let's watch a movie," and we'd turn on a movie. A lot of times, we'd sit here long enough and he'd say, "Well, go get a couple hamburgers out of the freezer. Let's throw them on the grill." And it's a lot different now. I don't think I've used the grill since he passed. It's still sitting there. Still got a half tank of gas with it. I might fire it up one day. I don't know. I don't feel the need to cook anymore, so that's very different. And cooking for one is very different. Along with my Kindle, a lot of times I like to bring out a notepad and make a few notes. Ron used to laugh at me. He would be like, "Can't you just sit still?" And I guess I can't. I always need to be doing something. My mind is always thinking, always looking ahead to what I need to be doing, what I might need from the grocery store, what I could do better, the next book that I'm going to write. A lot of times I dwell too much on the fact that I haven't taken the time to write since he passed. It's just been a little different being on my own. But anyway, I'll come out here and I'll have this, and I'll just make a note of something that comes to mind, and just write it down, so I don't forget it. Because as a woman of a certain age, it's easy to forget stuff. It's very easy to forget stuff. But while I'm reminiscing, while I sit here, I've had a good life. Ron and I were together for 30 years, and it was 30 good years. I knew him for 10 years before we got together. We actually met in a bowling league, and we were friends. We would always say hi to each other, and when our teams bowled each other, we'd sit back at the table and talk for 2 hours every few weeks. I knew he was an auto mechanic, so one time I was having trouble with a car, I actually wanted to sell it. And I said something to him. Did he know anybody who might want an Olds Cutlass? And he looked at me and raised his hand. He said, "Me." And we dickered price a little bit. And I told him, I said, "Come get it. It's yours. The only thing I want to do is I want to swap the tires from that car to the car I was driving, because those tires were better." He said, "No problem, we'll do it." So I heard through the grapevine that he was planning to move out to New Mexico to work with his father. His father needed some help, and he was going to go out there. And if it worked out for him, he was going to stay. So I heard about this, and I called him up, and I said, "Oh, you can't leave town till we go out to dinner once." He said, "Okay." He says, "Well, let me check my calendar and see what I'm doing, and I'll call you back." So he called me back, and he said, "How would you like to go to a birthday party with me?" And I knew that person as well, and I said, "Sure, that sounds like a lot of fun." And we arranged it. He said, "I'll come down and pick you up." I said, "Okay." He came and picked me up. We went to the birthday party, and it was fun. I mean, I basically knew everybody there and had a good time. At the end of the evening, he brought me home, and he never left. He was here for 30 years. So y'all can put 2 and 2 together on that one. We were very well matched. Intellectually, emotionally, we were just at the same page. We were on the same page. He was a very intelligent man. It really impressed me that he would pick up a book and read it. I thought that was just wonderful. But anyway, we were definitely on the same wavelength. And he got dealt a very bad hand with cancer. And he fought the good fight 24 years. He was first diagnosed at the end of 2000, and he died in 2024. He showed me what real courage is. I rather hope I never have to live up to that much courage, but he showed me. He gave me a roadmap. There's just No two ways about it. He gave me a roadmap. So I sit out here on Saturday evenings and I just reflect back on life. Now, I'm not miserable. I'm not weepy. I just kind of reminisce like I'm doing now. I've had a good life, and he was a big part of it. But sitting here looking around, here we're coming to the end of the season. I sit here and I see all these things that still need to be done, and I don't think I'm going to get to them this year. I'd like to repaint the fronts of the cabinets. I have flowers to take in. I did get rid of that weather vane that was sitting up there broken. I did take that into the metal recycling. There is a paver. It was sitting on a paver, and I think it's going to come down right out here, and I'm going to put another set of pots on it for next year. Or I might even move the green stalk back here. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind on that yet. I think I need to sit here on my patio and ponder the possibilities and see if I can picture it in my mind. And that's something else we always would do while we're sitting out here. We would sit here and say, well, we ought to do this. And part of our communication, our game, if you want to call it that, if he would say we ought to do this, I would say, oh, that's a lot of work, you go right ahead. And if I would say, you know what we should do, he would say, oh, that sounds like too much work, hon. You go right ahead, I'll watch you. Well, now it's just me. And I have to be careful what I tell myself I think I want to do. Because a lot of times the man was right. There's a lot of hard work involved in it. But if it's something that I really think needs to be done, I'll tackle it. So there is a lot more to life than just the yard work. And I've been thinking about that, whether or not I should show that on camera. And maybe I will. I'm pondering it. I'm pondering it. To think really hard about it. I already put up some short videos about canning, which to me that's, I have one to put up now, south of the border chicken soup. I made a batch of that. I ended up with 16 pints. So that's 16 times. I don't have to cook anything. I just have to open a jar and heat it up, and there we go. That suits my current lifestyle a whole lot better than trying to cook a meal. Because cooking for one sucks, let me tell you right now. It's a real pain. If you fix a regular meal, you end up eating it forever. I end up feeding half of it to the dog because I get tired of it. I did a whole chicken in the Instant Pot, which is a great way to do chicken if you have an Instant Pot. I got so tired of eating chicken. I ended up just cutting up what was left and mixing it into Deuce's dinner, and I didn't even feel bad about it because I was tired of chicken. So there's all that, just things I'm thinking about. And I just wanted to bring you into a little bit of my inner life. You've been seeing my outer life. But we all have this inner life. And the decision is how much do we share? How much do we show? What's a safe level? What crosses a line? It's a lot of things to think about. So, thank you for sharing a little bit of time on the patio with me this evening. I'm going to sign off and maybe turn the television on, see if I can find a show for about another 45 minutes to an hour, and then Deuce will want his dinner, and I'll have to go inside and take care of that. And I might come back out, I might not. Who knows? I have to see where the evening takes me. But thank you for coming along this far. And we'll be back in the next video with some more outdoor work. I have a couple things that I really must accomplish before the weather turns cold. So, as always, I'll sign off by saying, stay safe and find joy in everything you do. It's there. All you need to do is look for it. Thanks for visiting Holly Tree Manor.